My dad actually died a few years ago because my vision board worked, and he was dead to me already, but I was playing with a Ouija board recently. Yeah, I was getting all spooky and kooky with a Ouija board. And my friend was like, let's get a little spookier, a little kookier. So we tried to contact my father with the Ouija board, and nothing happened. And my friend was like, oh, it's not working. And I was like, no, this is so my dad.
Let me say this. I've been thinking about this too. Father's Day is the worst holiday in the world. I've done the research, I already know. Let me tell you something. Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday in the world. Christmas is first, so that means it's Jesus, then your mama. You know what Father's Day fall at? Number 20. I can't think of 18 other holidays. Do you realize Halloween is number 6? Does that mean ghosts and goblins go before fathers? Arbor Day is number 13. I don't even know what that is. I just know it come before me. That's crazy. Columbus Day is number 16. Celebrating Columbus Day is like celebrating somebody finding money in your house. Where you get that $50 from? I discovered it in your kitchen. Ridiculous. Fathers, and it's mother's fault. It's mother's fault. Because see, when Mother's Day come around, fathers go in their pocket deep. Hey, I want to get my mama something. You cash that money out. You know what mothers do? Hey, I want to get daddy something. Well, go in that car. It's some change in my little cup holder in there. Don't nobody even have a sale for Father's Day. Who has a Father's Day sale? Mother's Day sale is like 30 of them. Everybody have Mother's Day sale. Don't nobody have no Father's Day sale. Who has Father's Day sale? The dollar store. That's how you get water hose and jumper cables for fathers. And the stores know this because now the store got a little trick for fathers. They make little packages where a little box. Give you suspenders, socks, and a shirt. One box. And you know what kids do? They give you that stuff throughout the year. They give you that shirt for Father's Day, them socks for your birthday, and then they just randomly give you something else as, they think about it. It's crazy. Father's Day sucks. And I'm a father. I did all this work to be a father for it to suck.
My dad makes me laugh a lot. He's one of the funniest guys I know. When I was young, who would mess with people that called our house with the wrong number. There's this dude who used to call all the time looking for a girl named Sarah. But instead of just saying, Sarah doesn't live here, my dad would say, I'm sorry, Sarah can't come to the phone right now. She's upstairs having intercourse with Mike. Do you understand? That's something he just said to some poor guy that called our house on accident looking for his girlfriend. He just really politely ruined his life for a while. Have fun crying yourself to sleep tonight. We're all gonna get pie with Mike once he finishes plowing our daughter. He loves to play jokes on people. We were at a bar one night and he was gonna play a joke on me. We're at a bar and our bartender was a gay man. And anyone that's seen TV would have known that it was a gay man because it wasn't a secret. Like this dude was out of the closet, he was out of his apartment, he was out of his building, he was out of his neighborhood, and he was in the street leading the parade. It was not a secret. But my dad had no idea. The bartender asked how we're doing. My dad goes, pretty good. I'm just out in the town tonight with my sex slave. And he pointed at me. and then the three of us all started having very different conversations. My dad thinks he's being funny. He's having the time of his life. The bartender is very confused and maybe worried for my safety. I'm not sure. But he's making strong eye contact with me. And he's blinking a lot. I think he's trying to pass me a message, like blink once if you want the police, blink twice if you want to go to a rave later. I'm not sure. But something weird's going on. We're about to finish our meal, and my dad says to the bartender, hey buddy, what time do you get off work tonight? I'd love for you to see the show. With no explanation that I am a comedian performing a show of stand-up comedy later that evening. All the bartender knows is there's a 65-year-old queen and his young sex slave. And we have a show we want him to see. So I say Dad, let's go. Accidentally adding an extra layer of weirdness for the bartender. Now that he thinks I have to call this dude Dad in our master-slave relationship. We got out to the parking lot, and my dad is laughing because he thinks that he embarrassed me. And I explain, well, you did embarrass me, but not for the reason that you think that you embarrassed me. I'm embarrassed because we propositioned that guy for a three-way, and he turned us down flat. That's why I'm embarrassed.
My parents they're cool people, they're great people, they've been together for a long time. And like, who doesn't want that in their lives, right? Like, it's beautiful, it's 40-something years. My dad will still leave beautiful messages on my mom's voicemail. Like, he left one that said, "I'm drunk, I don't know where I'm at, come get me." So, beautiful. My mama was like, he didn't leave us no clues or nothing. I just gotta stay where he is. It's all girls at the house. So it's my mother, it's my sister, and me. So my dad has to be sensitive when he talks to us. So his favorite phrase next to "I love you" is "Daddy fucked up." All right? Like, that's how he apologizes. My dad, he tried to fix the windshield wipers on my car with a hammer. All right? He walks in the house and he's like, "Well, I hope you don't need the wipers, because you ain't got no windshield, because Daddy fucked up. But I bought you some goggles. Have a safe trip." But he's super cool. He checks on me all the time now. Like, I'm traveling a lot. So one time he called me at 5 o'clock in the morning. He was like, "Hey!" He was like, "This is your daddy, James." And I was like, "Okay, I know." And he was like, "So listen, do you drive a black 2011 Nissan Altima?" And I was like, "That's very specific, no, but why?" He goes, "Don't worry about it. I have seen this Amber Alert." What? I was like, do you know how old I am? Like, do you know, like if I'm gone, I want to be gone. Like, I'm missing, all right? I want to be off the grid, but on one hand, I was like, this is so sweet. Like, my dad thinks that I am still capable of being kidnapped. Or he thinks I have abducted some kids, and my dad is a damn snitch, and he's not to be trusted.
When you have a kid, you realize that women are the toughest creatures on earth. Tougher than men, hands down. You guys are tougher than men. You guys have babies, you know what I mean? You can't beat that. And see, there's men in here who are like, "Oh, what are you talking about? You ain't tougher than me. I used to play football. That's tough, football. You think you're tough because you catch a football? That's tough? That ain't tough. Let a football come out of your ass. That's tough. Sit in the delivery room having a baby. Are you serious? No one can top a baby. Are you serious? I went in tough. You know what I mean? I went in, I had a hat that said "Coach." I went in tough. I was like, "Oh yeah, push, push." I said stuff like, "We can do it." I ain't doing crap. Push, push. And then this head starts to pop out. I don't care how tough you are. Once that head pops out, you turn into the biggest bitch in the delivery room. Push, push. Okay, here he comes. Here you go. Okay, push. Oh my God. Oh, push. Oh my God, push. She's gonna die. Oh!
But my dad now, like I said, he's getting older. He's adding R's into words that don't need R's. There's no R balance in this guy's life at all. Like, he never figured out. First it was no R's, now it's too many R's. Like, he goes to the doctor the other day. I was like, "How was it?" He was like, "How was it?" Told me I got full-blown diabetes. I said, "Doc, scientifically, what does that mean?" "You need me to get on Google?" "I know Google." Well, Google.com. What am I, dumb? Think I know Google.com? And he always has the wrong word for what he's talking about. Like it's close, but it's 100% the wrong word. That means something totally different. Yeah, the doc said the cartridge in my knee, it's no good. You know the cartridge in your knee? You mean cartilage? What, you need a frickin' printer? What are you talking about? Does your knee ink? It's a cartridge. See the knee? Get it at Staples. It's no good. But don't print the knee. Don't print. Doc said I gotta get on that eucalyptus machine. You ever do eucalyptus? You mean the elliptical? What are you working with koala bears? What are you talking about? Is this Australia? Rotary cuff too in the shoulder. The rotary cuff, it clicks. It's in the shoulder. What's your shoulder phone from 1968? It's rotator. You guys just learned that too, holy shit. Okay, that's what happened there. Don't try to pull one over on me, Boston. I know you didn't know. It's not rotary? I don't get this one. No, it makes sense, because it's, shut up. You know that. My dad, you know, he's fun. He's like religious now, but he's still a dirtbag. It's fun. It's kind of cool. It's funny. Like this example. Like, you know, we were in his car the other day, and we were at church outside. He goes, make the sign of the cross every time you see the church. Make the sign of the cross when you see Jesus. Okay? Make the sign of the cross. Then there was this really hot girl walking by, and he waited. She was right in front of the car, and he honked the horn and startled her. He's like, you see that? You catch her off guard, you get the tits to jiggle. Make the sign of the cross. Don't be disrespectful. But that had nice bounce.
Been happy in general. My son just turned 10 years old. Thank you. It's been a pleasure watching him grow up from a little bitty baby into a 10-year-old psychopath. And you can chart his descent into madness by how he's changed his stance on piñatas. When he was a toddler, he was terrified of piñatas. And it was my job to vanquish them. Now he treats a piñata like he's a mob boss from New Jersey. And Optimus Prime owes him several $1,000s. He works it across the knees for a little bit. Takes a break so he can kiss his mother and pay some respect. Then he bashes in the skull. And I take pictures and post it on my Facebook. So my son is 10, which is wonderful. He has autism, which can be difficult. He's also a huge asshole. Some people don't like it when I call my 10-year-old disabled child an asshole. To which I always respond, if you only use 30 words and your 3 favorite are more pancakes, biatch. Actually, that's pretty cool.
So I appreciated my dad's advice. He did something for me. I decided to do something for him. He was like, hey, can you fix my computer? And I was like, sure. But I don't know how to fix his computer. I'm just younger than him. So I was like, all right. So I head on back to the computer room. That's what he calls it. The computer room. It's the room where the computer is. It's the computer room. What else are you gonna call it? It's mostly just rugs and, like black light posters and stuff. So I go back there, fire up his computer, it turns on, and I'm like, let me see if I can use his Google, try to figure out how to fix his computer. You ever have one of those moments in your life where things like slow down? It's like everything just, and you're just on a different plane, and you kind of forget that you exist for just a moment. You forget where you are, what's happening, when it is. You forget just long enough to be given a tremendous gift. This happened to me when I turned on my dad's Google. I forgot for just long enough that I was not on my computer. I was on my dad's computer. And I was not using my Google. I was using my dad's Google. I didn't have my Google search history in front of me. I had my dad's Google search history in front of me, and I forgot just long enough to go tearing right in there. I just slammed that cursor into the search bar, and my dad's search history just was presented to me, just given to me as the greatest gift I've ever received. I got to see what my dad would search for when he was given a machine that could give him infinite possibility through all of space and time to look up whatever he wanted with nobody else around, just him and his creator just hanging out, just him and Google, and infinite possibility. And I was given the opportunity to see what that was. And my dad searched for, all alone, just him and the computer, similar to the way I found myself currently. My dad searched for, in his Google, all alone, he searched for boobs. Just boobs, just boobs, man. You know what I mean? It's just, there's something beautifully innocent about that. Like, part of me thinks maybe he thought it was a calculator, like, just having fun, like, just boobs. And that, I was like, we see eye to eye, we see boob to boob, we see boob to boob. I'm a boob man too. I'm the son you never had, But my favorite part of this is that his first search was boobs, and then his next immediate search was big boobs. Which means he got some results. And he was like, get these out of here. What? Why would you even, what does this plus button do?
My dad's always been really supportive of me being a comedian, which is great. He called me a couple weeks ago and he goes, I watched one of your videos online. I really liked it, but what's jizz? That's my fault. I said jizz in a joke. I put it on YouTube. My dad goes, I asked your mother. Neither of us knows what jizz is. And that's a conversation I'm really glad I wasn't home for. I go, I can't have this conversation. And my dad goes, is it snot? It's snot, right? And I was like, close, I guess, but it's not snot. We're playing 20 questions of jizz with my dad now. And then my dad goes, is it It's right? And I had to say, yes, Dad. Jizz is. That's a sentence I said out loud to my dad. And my dad goes, oh, I shouldn't have shown everybody at work.